Hello, I'm the creator of Tyrants of Norogoth, and today we are going to be running a quick combat encounter in our game. Quick disclaimer, everything is still in beta, which you can try for yourself for free if you check the link in the description. So some of the things you see might be subject to change and balancing, but today we're keeping it fairly simple. With the level 1 hobgoblin character Boris that we made in our last video together. We're just running it in Roll20 for ease. You're seeing a small sliver of a map that I made using Incarnate, which will feature in the first official adventure. And I want to draw your attention to the hunting dog that's helping out our friend Boris here. If you watched the last video, you know we picked up a point in taming at one point. So that's where this little buddy came from. This is all legal in the game, and your character might end up having a dog or another pet by their side as well. We also have retainers and mounts and a lot of other summons and companions you can actually use. So this would actually be a one player against the Game Master encounter. And as you see, we're fighting a bandit witch and a looter, so this should be a fairly evenly matched low-level fight. So the first stop is determining our turn order. In Tyrants of Norogoth, the turn order is determined by the character's dodge rating, or DR for short, from highest to lowest, with ties being broken by rolling a d12. As we can see, our boy Boris is in the clear lead with 11, followed by the witch, and then our dog and the looter tied at 6. So let's roll a d12 for each of them, first our dog and then the looter. And we got a 4 and a 5 respectively, which means that the looter goes before the dog. If you get a tie when you're doing this roll, then just re-roll. So let's start with Boris and not do anything too fancy on our first round. He's got a speed of 6, so he moves 6 yards or 6 squares around the pond here. Now Boris has a boar spear, which has a reach of 2 yards, so we'd only need to get a yard closer to hit the witch here. We can actually do that though. One of the default maneuvers available to all characters is Run, which can be used to move beyond your normal speed at the cost of 1 stamina per yard. If you're struggling to remember the default maneuvers and actions, I just recommend downloading the cheat sheet. So that has a bunch of good stuff like the default actions, the default maneuvers, the special damage, and so on. And that's just available on our itch.io page along with the game itself. But we still have our action. Boris is going to assume this witch isn't too heavily armored, so we're going to go for a light attack. Also, since Boris has 2 mastery points in spear fighting, we actually get to do 2 of these. So that's 2d8 plus 4 for the attack rolls, and just 1d6 for the damage. The first attack is a hit with 10 on the attack roll against the witch's DR of 8 and a damage roll of 6. Now the witch does have 1 armor rating or AR, so that reduces that damage by 1 to 5. That second attack is also a hit with an attack roll of 12 and a damage roll of 4, reduced by the witch's AR to 3. So she's not doing too well right now. Keep in mind that the weapons in Tyrants of Norogoth all use different dice, so they can have vastly different strengths and weaknesses. As you can see, spears are great against enemies with high dodge rating, and they also get this nice reach advantage compared to other weapons, but they'd probably not be too great if you're facing a foe in heavy armor. But now it's the bandit witch's turn, and I think she's gonna go on the offensive. She's going to be spending 2 of her sanity to cast the Chill Blood spell. And oh no, 12 to hit and 9 damage. But that's not all. The attack specifically does cold damage, so let's see if that affects Boris in any other way. and it looks like the attack also reduces our Hobgoblin's speed by 1. But thankfully, cold damage does not appear to ignore armor rating, so his AR of 4 reduces that 9 damage to 5. Now it's the looter's turn, but seeing that Boris is a slippery fellow, he's gonna do something interesting. He's gonna try to use the wrestle maneuver, which means he makes a strength roll while Boris makes a finesse roll. If the looter's roll is higher, that means they both get knocked down, taking their DR to 0 and reducing their AR by 3. Now, why would you want that? Well, sometimes you might find yourself in a situation where you just can't hit an enemy, because either their DR or AR are just too high for your attacks. That might be worth taking a tumble yourself. Now there's other abilities you can use to knock down your enemy or stun them, or give them another status effect that might give you a little advantage, but this wrestle maneuver is actually available to all characters in the game. So as you can see, funnily enough, in this case they both roll 12s, but Boris is more nimble than the looter is strong, so they both stay up and the looter wastes 1 stamina on the maneuver for nothing. But the bandit still has his action, so he can make an attack. Now this probably isn't the most optimal strategy, since Boris does have a high DR build, but I just want to compare and contrast heavy attacks in different weapons a moment. So let's have him do a heavy attack. With his hand axe he rolls a d8 with a result of 4. But funnily enough, since Boris has a DR of 11, that heavy attack just literally had no chance of hitting him to begin with. So the looter really had the right idea of trying to wrestle Boris. And now if he had succeeded, Boris would have had his DR reduced to 0, his AR reduced by 3, and he would have taken 8 damage. So, which would have brought him to 0 health. Unfortunately for the looter though, that did not happen. Now we're with our hunting dog. He's got a speed of 6, but he sees his master is in trouble, so he will use that run maneuver we used before, and spend 4 stamina this time getting up to the witch. And now he's going to use his maul ability, which adds his strength bonus to both his attack and damage rolls. He gets an 8, which is equal to the witch's DR, meaning it's a hit, since attack rolls need to be equal to or higher than DR. And he deals 9 damage. Witch kills the witch. And Boris is gonna do a heavy attack with his spear this time, getting a 9 to hit for 10 damage. Which, given that the looter has an AR of 0, instantly kills the looter. And that's it for our fight. Keep in mind, these are some of the weakest enemies in the game, but even so, our good friend Boris took quite a beating. But hopefully this shows the sort of balance between intuitive combat and complexity we've tried to achieve, and gives you some interest in actually trying out the game for yourself. I think I also could have had Boris use his reach advantage ability when the looter came up to him, but hey, sometimes even as the creator I miss good ideas. Also, he didn't get a chance to use his necromancy that we got him in our last video, but maybe we'll do another one of these videos sometime soon. That just goes to show you how many options you have. Anyway, like if you liked the video, subscribe for more, check out the video where we actually made Boris if you're interested, and check out the game itself. Link is in the description, and any feedback on the beta is very welcome. And if you try out the game, then rate the game, tell us how you liked it, share it with your table, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.